Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sawadee. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Thailand Halal Assembly 2024 in the afternoon session. My name is Sania Kakao. I am very pleased to be your host for today. In the morning session, we had the opportunity to explore the intersection of food and halal with expert insights and join the oral presentation session. This afternoon, we have more exciting sessions lined up, including discussions on halal as part of the incorporating event Hazib, as well as the award ceremony. Stay tuned for more valuable sessions ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now shifting our focus to an exciting topic, which is fostering collaboration and establishing academic networks between Thailand and GCC countries. It is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed chairperson for today's session on fostering collaboration and establishing academic networks between Thailand and GCC countries. With extensive expertise in food safety, halal innovation, and molecular biology, our chairperson has made significant contributions to halal science and research. He currently serves as the Assistant Director for Research and Innovation at the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Anat Den Yingyot. Please welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, next may I please invite our esteemed speakers. First, please join me in welcoming Associate Professor Dr. Nasser Al-Habsi. Please welcome Assistant Dean for Postgraduate Studies and Research Department, Food Science and Nutrition Sultan Qaboos, University Oman. And next, please join me in welcoming Engineer Hamad Al-Mansour, Associate Research Scientist at the Environment and Life Sciences Research Center, KISR, Kuwait. And the last one, please join me in welcoming Associate Professor Dr. Sarawut Ari, Director of Muslim Studies Center of Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. Please welcome.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon everyone. I'm Dr. Anat Den Yingyot, Assistant Director at the Halal Science Center. Thank you, Madam MC, for kind introduction. It's my great honor to share this important section on fostering collaboration and academic network between Thailand and GCC countries. Our focus today on building partnership, driving innovation and enhancing technology transfer opportunities. We are privileged to have three guest speakers representing from Oman, Kuwait, and Thailand. Our first speaker is Dr. Nasser Al-Habsi from Sultan Qaboos University, and next speaker is Engineer Hamad Al-Mansour from KISA Kuwait, and the last speaker is Associate Professor Dr. Sarawut Ali from Chulalongkorn University. Before we begin, I would like to inform everyone that each speaker will have 10 minutes for their presentation. And after all his speakers finish their presentation, we will open the floor for question and discussion. If anyone have a question after the session, please feel free to raise your hand and I will invite you to ask the question. Now let me introduce our first speaker. Speaker 1, Associate Professor Dr. Nasser Al-Habsi. Dr. Nasser Al-Habsi is Assistant Dean for Postgraduate Study and Scientific Research at Sultan Qaboos University, Oman. He holds an PhD in Food Manufacturing from the University of Reading, United Kingdom, and he specializes in food development, particularly date and dairy products. He holds a U.S. patent for spearmint date syrup and has published 69 scientific works. In last year, he was awarded the Royal Grant for Development Innovative Date Byproducts. His presentation today is Innovative, Utilizing of Date Food and Pit Unlock Value from Byproduct. Dr. Nasser, the floor is yours.
Hello. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee for giving me the opportunity and to stand here and present my topic. And also, I would like to thank the organizing committee for their extraordinary hospitality. So I will start. I will go very fast because I don't have time. I will talk about the university, and then I will go to the project. So. I think Mr. Chairman, he has introduced me here, and the thing here, I have got a patent in method making of set honey syrup, and also I got a fund almost $1 million US. I have supervised two students and co-supervised 3 members, and MSc 7, 8, and 4, and BSc. So we'll start with the university. Here we have 6 departments and also agriculture experimental station. We have a dairy plant and aquaculture unit and central instrumental lab. And this is, I hope that will be a collaborative later on with the Halal Center in future. And in terms of the, it is a total of BSc program. We have 3 postgraduate diploma, 6 MSc, and 5 PhD program in the College of Agriculture and Marine Sciences. The department here, we have animal and veterinary science, food science and nutrition, marine science and fisheries, plant science, where we have plant production and plant protection, natural resource economic, and soil, water, and agriculture engineering. In terms of students, we, among the university, a total of 18,077, and in agriculture 1,481. The College of Agriculture take a 50% female and male student. In terms of publication, the college take almost 15% of the publication. It is the high 6% of the SQ publication, and we have 78% of the publication in Q1 and Q2 journals. CAMS joint publication with the researcher from 50 countries and more than 20 institutional with the collaboration. Recently, the QS ranking of the University of SQ reached 362, and for agriculture field 300 to 350. In terms of research, the university in total of 2 million real Omani in terms of consultancy, and the CAMS secure almost 50% or 80% of the SQ share. In comparing with the other university, in terms of publication, CAMS published almost 1,270 between 2018 and 2023. Now, we go to the date where the innovation utilization of date fruit. I have been working in date since graduation of PhD, and have utilized all the content of date palm. So here you can see me that I'm checking off the date. And we have almost like 128 variety of date. And one of the date variety that we have, it's almost like mapsili. It is cooked and dry. This is a process where we do sorting, cooking, then drying, and then finally packing. And most of this product is exported to India, and I thought of utilizing this type of product in terms of value-added product. So what I did here, we were able to dry this product, and we produce a very functional food like date powder, and it is available in the market. And in terms of syrup, because the date, we can get a syrup from the date, I was able to produce another product, and we got a patent, a US patent in producing this date syrup and producing another product from date syrup, which is easy to be spreadable and can be used in different variety. Not only patenting, we were able also to commercialize this research funding, and also we signed an agreement with the company there in Oman. Also, we were able to have date dry powder, the date like flakes, and also we use the date powder to have for ice cream cone, and also you can see there on the right side where we have the bread. I utilize the date seed to incorporate in the date in the bread, and as we know that the date pits has the antioxidant which has functional health. We also were able to have like a different type of product, like biodegradable film. And today we have seen like a lot of people, they were talking about the nano plastic. So here we were able to produce biodegradable from date seed and also from bread. And you can see there, the center there where we have the cheese, we were able to add the date seed in the cheese production to increase its functionality. Now I'll go very fast to just introduce my colleague, Professor Shafour, working on food quality, food property. Prof. Mustafa, working in nutritional biochemistry and metabolism. Dr. Muhammad, food processing, food safety, and consumer studies. Dr. Ahmed, expert in bioactive compound from seaweed. Dr. Zahar, dairy food analysis, product development, and sensory evaluation. Dr. Imran Khan, clinical sport nutrition bioactive compound. Dr. Zahra, she's concentrating on microbial food safety and quality. Dr. Mohammed Al-Razaqi, food product development and innovation. And Dr. Maimouna, she just recently joined the department, working on nutritional epidemiology with focus on investigating the interconnecting effect of diet. Dr. Maha Al-Khalili, food processing and food security and byproduct utilization in food development. Finally, Dr. Mohammed Al-Abri, working on the livestock genetic and genomic food traceability using genomic tools. This is all, and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nasser, for that insightful presentation. For our next speaker is Engineer Hamad Al-Mansour, Associate Research Scientist at the Environment Right Science Research Center, Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research, or KSR, Kuwait. Engineer Hamad Al-Mansour, they have experience over 30 years. He holding a master's degree and bachelor degree on chemical engineering from Kuwait University. He had led projects on fermentation, biopolymer development, and waste management. As the quality representative of KSR Halal Testing, he ensures compliance with Halal standard and ISO protocol. He also oversees lab operation and serves as the general supervisor for KSL Research and Innovation Station. His presentation today is establishment of Halal Testing Laboratory as KISR in Hamad. The floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I try to be very fast because I need more than the 10 minutes. We can start. So the topics will be the establishment of Halal Testing Laboratory at Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research. First of all, this is the agenda. I will try to be very fast as I mentioned. Kuwait is one of the members of the Arabian Gulf country, and you can see it's the very small dot, dark blue, and the other countries surrounding us are the member of the GCC, which are Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates. We are almost like one family. We are sharing a lot of things, and this is one of the dreams to be like one country. First of all, I want to give a small background about Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research. This institute was established by the company who was supervising and the production of management in the share area between Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, which is Japanese Arabian Gulf Company. They focus in the beginning for petroleum and agriculture and mainly marine biology. The organizer was this organization was restructured by government in 1973 and 1981 and become a dedicated center for scientific research and technology transfer. Today, we are more than 1,000 researcher, professional engineers, and technicians working in scientific research, and we have more than 100 laboratories among 9 locations in Kuwait. We have different research stations and different centers. Nowadays, Kuwait Institute consider the consultant for Kuwait government. We carry a research project for government, private sector, and nearby country. Okay, for our project idea, it came by Dr. Hani al-Mazidi, who was started this project. قال الله تعالى في سورة النحل فكلوا مما رزقكم الله حلالا طيبا واشكروا نعمة الله إن كنتم إياه تؤمنون. إن الله أمرنا عز وجل أن يكون الحلالا طيبا. We have to focus in these two, حلالا طيبا. So in Kuwait, our regulation in Kuwait insists that no non-halal food is totally not allowed to enter Kuwait. For any product like pork's products is totally not allowed to enter Kuwait. Even any products have a trace of or contaminated by pork or any other source of pork will not allow to enter Kuwait according to the Kuwait law. Moreover, in 1964, Kuwait Parliament issued a law and agreed for 99% of the members of the Parliament to ban important production and the use of alcohol in Kuwait. So Kuwait, one of the least countries in the world, the alcohol is banned. And the law of Kuwait punished the alcohol for 10 years in jail. We don't have any certified lab for halal authentication. We don't have a dedicated sector for halal authentication. Also, we need to establish a center for halal authentication, and we want to build a capacity from our researcher, from the national staff. So our objective to establish the lab, to develop and train staff to run the lab, and to obtain accredited lab. So the project was funded by Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research and the Islamic Development Bank from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia through the program called Reverse Linkage, and we select the International Center of Chemical and Biological Science from Pakistan to be our cooperative partner to train and adapt them system for the accreditation. And the proposal submitted by Dr. Hani in 2017, and we're facing little problem. Then Dr. Hani retired, then is shifted to another person, Mr. Adnan Hussein. After almost the end for the COVID-19 crisis, I become the project leader for accreditation for the lab. Our lab is consistent of 2 parts. We have chromatography lab, and also we have the molecular lab. We call it MBL and CHR. And we have a sample custody, which is separated totally from the lab. All the sample go through this custody. The identity of the sample is changed when reaching to the lab to ensure the impartiality. We have around 11% to run this lab. We have the lab supervisor, the custodian, which are totally separated from the lab staff, and I am the leading for the quality system. So in our accreditation system, we start immediately with the 17025. We select a non-profit accredited body, which was the GSA, JAC, under the umbrella of Gulf Cooperation Council. And this is, as I mentioned, a non-profit organization. We end with a system is consistent with the 17025 after we passed to 2-time pre-assessment, and we modified the adapted system from Pakistan. And we end with the complying the system. We have the quality system manual as it's mandatory. We have the impartiality, and we make our system in 5 quality system procedure for management, 15 quality system procedure for technical, that we including everything from sampling, entering, training, until the dispose of the sample. And also we have 3 SOB, and to maintain this system we have 83 forms to be filled annually and quarterly with a sample and on a daily basis. So in our lab, we have 3 analyses for the time being. Before, we are planning to do processed meat, leather, and many things. Just because we are shorter of the time, we select 3. One of them is the detection of the DNA in red fresh meat, non-processed food. The other were the composition of fat and oil in the fatty acid composition in fats and oil, and the percentage of alcohol in ready-drink beverage. We obtained our certificate in 2022, February, and we passed the surveillance last January, first day of the year. I was here also in Bangkok when we received the surveillance. Our scope now consists of 2 chemical analyses, which have the soft drink. We can issue our analysis containing the percentage of alcohol, and also we can issue the certificate, it's a free alcohol as a halal testing. And also for the meat, we have we can issue the certificate that is our test is free from contaminate from big trace. And also we have the chemical analysis testing for the fat and the oil. We're using the real-time PCR, and we have a very low detection limit, which is make hard for the lab staff to clean again between the batch and the sample. And we use GCFID for both fatty acid and ready-drink ethanol. To maintain our lab quality, we consider the provider for BT and QC as external provider, which are our colleague from the Quality Health and Safety Department. They provide us with a sample which is comply with the requirement for the ISO 17725. The sample and this quality sample enter through the custody. The identity of the sample is changed. There is no information sent to the lab about the sample except it's BT or QC or it's a client sample. In the custody, sometimes we add a reference sample among this one to be sure the quality of the result. When it's reached the sample to the lab, they start to do them real internal quality control sample. They gather this information, they send the report back to the custody. The custody will change the report. We remove the identity for the lab. So I am the only person who communicates with the client to ensure the impartiality for the result. We have a yearly lab audit, and every 18 to 22 months we do the external lab audit by JAC. All our result was mostly successfully passed 100% for the fatty acid and ethanol, except we have one sample for the quality control sample. Then there is non-conformity was raised. Then we find the root cause for this mistake. Then we back review all our procedure. Then were corrected, and we rewrite the SOP. We retrain everybody, and the correction action was implemented. We are planning to redevelop the lab soon, within the next 6 months, to including the detection of pig and leather and the processed meat. And also we will shifting our fatty composition to identify the source for this fat, which help us if it's contaminated by the pork fat. I hope by end of this one or soon that we will have some kind of network. We are dream to have this network, but from our colleague from Thailand make it true for us. So this network will help us to share our knowledge between among GCC country, and we can exchange our information for any product which should be banned, and we can enhance this network by the knowledge and the level they obtain here in Thailand. And this will have a positive impact in the supporting the halal industry all over the world. And before I finish, I would like to extend my thanks for this nice and kind invitation from the conference committee, and also special thanks for the committee member and for Dr. Darhan and Dr. Atan. أقول لكم جزاكم الله خير والسلام عليكم شكرا كابنكون.
Thank you, Engineer Ahmed, for sharing the progress and importance of establish the halal testing laboratory. We hope we can work together in the future, because the Halal Science Center we develop the technique for halal testing, many techniques that we can apply for in your country. For last speaker is Professor Dr. Salawud Ali. Dr. Salawud Ali is Director of Muslim Studies Center at Chulalongkorn University. He specializes in West Asian Studies, focusing on political science and Islamic movement. He holds an PhD from Alika Muslim University and has published extensively on Middle Eastern politics, including Saudi Arabia and Iran. A respected columnist, he shares insight on Muslim world issue and West Asian affairs. His presentation today is Thailand and GCC country partnership in progress. Dr. Salawud, the floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Professor Dr. Vinay Dahlan, Tan Surin Palale, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to be here in this session and be one of the speakers in this very important event of Halal Science Center of Chulalongkorn University. So thank you for inviting me to join this session. Actually, I'm a director of the Muslim Studies Center, Institute of Asian Studies, Chulalongkorn University. And on the screen are some of our publications and academic activities that we produce and organize for the last 7 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I am standing before you just to deliver my speech on the relationship between GCC and Thailand and trying to propose some potential areas that Thailand and GCC countries can work together as a partnership in the near future. As we all know, GCC countries are of great importance, both in terms of geopolitics and economics. And of course, Thailand recognizes the importance of building good relations with the GCC countries because we know that maintaining good relations is an important foundation for developing cooperation in many dimensions, in politics, in economics, in trade, in science and technology, in society and culture, as well as in creating a pluralistic atmosphere of peaceful coexistence in the modern world. This can be seen through Thailand's fostering of diplomatic ties with all Arab GCC countries. In fact, these Gulf states are especially important because it is an economically valuable source of natural resources. It is a source of raw materials. It is a source of labor market. And of course, tourist destination with great potential. This region, in the Middle East, has a strong voice on international stage, and significantly the Muslim population, as we all know, has a sense of being a single Islamic community, or we call it Islamic Ummah, that unites Muslims worldwide across the various social, cultural contexts of each nation. Each year, we have more than 10,000 Thai Muslims make their Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca. We have students who receive scholarships from the different GCC's educational institutions, and we have a good number of Thai workers working there in the GCC countries. So we have a long and strong relationship between Thailand and GCC, especially in terms of people-to-people contact. So if we look at the regional level, we would find that change is currently taking place in world politics and economic geography. This implies that Southeast Asia and the Middle East both needs to find allies and strategic partners for the new economy in order to strengthen themselves and each other. There is a complementary economic potential here. We can, for example, together explore ways to mutually benefit from the free trade agreements and use each other as corridors for trade and investment. The cultivation of such strong relationship must also be based on increased interaction in economic, social, cultural dimensions at the levels of governments, the private sector, and civil society. This will promote understanding between the two regions in various dimensions, which will in turn strengthen relationship in political dimension. As an important source of energy, the Middle East is undoubtedly an important region for Thailand in terms of energy security. For many years, Thais have explored and produced petroleum in several GCC countries. Such activities began in 2002 between Thailand and Oman. And Thailand, as an observer state of Organization of Islamic Cooperation, has successfully employed this framework to develop political and economic relations and cooperation with GCC nations. For example, we have encouraged cooperation in energy with Oman, as I already mentioned, and other countries in the Gulf as well. And we are working with other countries on joint investment to produce halal foods and on commercial flights and investment in tourism. These are only few examples of how we are improving the efficiency of our cooperative activities. So in terms of economic cooperation, Thailand also has extensive relation with GCC countries. Such cooperation is expanding, especially after the normalization between Thailand and Saudi Arabia. Investment cooperation between Thailand and the Gulf states still has room to grow in terms of both quantity and scope. And for this reason, Thailand is finding ways to further expand trade and investment and increase business connection with the GCC countries. Another potential area is healthcare, as we all know. Thailand's healthcare service particularly has brought many patients from the GCC countries to Thailand each year for medical checkup and medical treatments. With such an excellent services, the Thai private sector in this area is already increasing cooperation with their counterparts, particularly in the management of hospitals and the improvement of medical services. Increasingly, food security is becoming an area of concern. It is now an issue of great importance. Thailand, as one of the world's food exporters, is ready to work with all partners to enhance global food security. So food security is also one of the important agendas in ASEAN GCC framework. Recognizing the GCC's strategic location as a logistic hub, we are establishing a Thai distribution center for Thai foods and products in Bahrain and maybe in other countries in the near future. On the other hand, the Thai government has also encouraged production and export of halal products and foods to the Muslim consumer around the world. However, there is still potential for Thai to export more halal food products and have a greater share of the world food market. Considering the country's strength in the agricultural sector. So indeed, Thailand is ready to further open the door for increased trade with GCC nations, which will benefit every sector in Thailand. We also have organizations that can provide support in terms of knowledge and technology, such as the Halal Science Center of Chulalongkorn University, of course. And various Thai businesses are prepared for investment for the Muslim countries, especially in hospital and healthcare businesses, finance, to facilitate such investment, one of which, of course, is the Islamic Bank of Thailand. Yeah. But in addition to economic trade issue, we have value social and cultural cooperation with the Gulf states. The goal is to foster deep understanding by means of cultural exchange and project on people-to-people diplomacy, including the promotion of cooperation in terms of education, mass media, and expansion of interactions and networking. Indeed, we in Thailand need to study and learn more about the Arab culture and way of life of the Arab people, as you know, proper perception towards one another is very, very important factor in creating deep understanding. So lastly, based on the foundation of our long-standing relations and increasing cooperation, I think Thailand and the Gulf states, the GCC countries, should further develop their relationship to the level of establishing a partnership that will lead to planning and implementing efficient and sustainable cooperation in the near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sarawut, for your invaluable insight into Thailand growing partnership with GCC. Yeah, last 3 months ago, we have a student from your university.
Also the time they have spent here. And just to add here, we have started like in Oman, we have a governmental sector. It is a company, and there is a tool lab. It has just been established for halal food. So maybe inshallah next year they will join you inshallah.
Thank you. Okay, for Engineer Ahmed, for your question, what challenge have you faced in integrating advanced technology into halal testing process at KISR? What challenges have you faced in integrating advanced technologies into halal testing in your lab?
Yeah, the most challenge that time that you know that as I mentioned, Kuwait Institute was dedicated to be a scientific research center, and now we away from our scope to be also part of legislation, and this legislation is not a normal legislation, it's Sharia. It be compliant with the halal and haram. So it was difficult for us to accept this concept for us as a researcher in Kuwait Institute for Research. But with the time, and we feel confident to fulfill this gap in Kuwait. Moreover, that's the other problem that we're facing during our applying this one is the COVID-19, which is totally delay and affect our process for the accreditation for the lab. Moreover, as I mentioned, Kuwait, it's banned any non-halal food to enter. So marketing the idea that I'm going to testing your product to be halal, It's difficult there in Kuwait because all the incoming have a certified manufacturer proof that is comply with the halal. So marketing for this lab is the most challenge for us. But I think if we go now change the concept and we add more tests, I think we can easily marketing our goals. And I hope they will answer your question.
Yes, that we know at the Halal Science Center we have an expert on halal testing. We have Dr. Pornpiman here, expertise with the DNA testing. We can do research together and we can share the knowledge together in order to develop the technique that we can implement in your lab.
Yeah, I think I remember when you visit your doctor and Dr. Darhan to Kuwait, you mentioned also you can you have a study in the detection of other contamination for the meat from the monkeys and other meat. This is very important for us because in Kuwait we are not accepting eating any type of meat. Usually livestock, goats, minimum goats, or even compared to other country, and beef. So mainly the number one meat for us is from sheep, the livestock, secondary beef, and third from goat. Other meats are not acceptable that much in Kuwait. So I think if we have a source, because I remember one case in Kuwait before that some food was contaminated by donkey's meat, and that was banned in the company. I think also one of the things is the gelatin.
Yes.
We can add it, and also the idea for the microplastic, because our colleague, they are working in microplastic. We can also make a cooperative in this part.
Okay, thank you. The last question for Dr. Sarawut. Dr. Sarawut, what a key area of collaboration do you see between Thailand and GCC country in the next 5 years?
Thank you for the questions and very interesting questions. I cannot explain in brief, but try to answer the question within 1 minute. Actually, there are some areas that consider to be our common concern. For example, in Thailand, we face a lot of problems of energy security, but GCC country has. In GCC country, you face a problem, a challenge of food security. So why don't we work together and exchange what we have? This is one thing. And I think there are some areas that consider to be global challenges that we can work together. For example, the climate change, the green energy, something like this. But what I'm interested as a director of the Muslim Study Center in Chulalongkorn University, we are interested in bringing people together. Let people understand each other. This year alone, we produced 2 books, very important one. One is about the Muslim Thais, diversity and creativity. And we publish it in English and in Arabic. And this is not available in Thailand. We distribute it to the Arab world, just to let the Arab people to understand Thailand and the Muslim Thai. And another book written in Thai. It is about winning heart of the Arab people, with winning heart and mind of the Arab people. We publish it in Thai, and we try to explain about the culture and way of life of the Arab people, for Thai people to understand the Arab culture. So this is our work. Last 3 or 4 days, we organized a conference exchanging the culture between Arab and Thai. We have many speakers from Algeria, from Saudi Arabia, from Kuwait, from many countries, from the Middle East. So this is our work in Chulalongkorn University, the Muslim Study Center. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sarawut. Anyone have a question? Please feel free to raise your hand. Okay. If you don't have, we move to the summary of this session. Today we explore innovation in utility state food and feed to create value-added products. The estimate of halal testing laboratory in Kuwait and its presence in the region, Thailand's strategic partnership with GCC countries focusing on collaboration and mutual progresses. In conclusion, this section highlights the importance of academic and technological partnership between Thailand and GCC countries. To serve innovation, research, and expertise, we can create a stronger and more interconnected in halal industry. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our speaker for their excellent contribution and anyone for here for the active participation. This concludes our section. Thank you, and I wish all you continued success in your effort. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anand Yingyot. Next will be a session of presenting certificates of appreciation to our chairperson and speakers. Following that, we will have a group photo. Therefore, we kindly ask that you remain on the stage for a moment after receiving the certificates of appreciation. Now, may I please invite Police Major General Surin Palare, Secretary General of the Central Islamic Council of Thailand, on the stage to present the certificates of appreciation to the chairperson and speakers of this session. Please welcome. Please welcome. First, to begin with, may I invite Police Major General Surin Palare to present the certificate of appreciation to Dr. Anand Yingyot, Assistant Director, the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. Thank you very much. And next, may I please invite Police Major General Surin Palare to present the certificate to Associate Professor Dr. Nasser Al-Habsi. Please welcome. Associate Professor Dr. Nasser Al-Habsi. He is an Assistant Dean for Postgraduate Studies and Research, Department Food, Science and Nutrition, Sultan Qaboos University, Oman. Thank you very much. Next, may I please invite Police Major General Surin to present the certificate to Engineer Hamad Al-Mansour, Associate Research Scientist at the Environment and Life Science Research Center, KISR Kuwait. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Police Major General Surin to present the certificate to Associate Professor Dr. Sarawut Ari, Director of Muslim Studies Center of Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. Thank you very much. At this moment, may I invite all of you to take a group photo together. Please remain on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, as we take a moment to capture this memorable occasion, we celebrate not only the knowledge shared today, but also the meaningful collaborations and partnerships that are being fostered between Thailand and the GCC countries. A big round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, next I kindly ask all of you to scan the QR code to evaluate the session we just had. Your feedback is valuable. Additionally, those who complete the evaluation will receive a certificate as a token of participation in the Thailand Halal Assembly 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, next session is a tea and coffee break, which is held in the hallway outside between the Grand Meroz and Refai room. We will reconvene at 3 p.m. for the award ceremony and closing ceremony. The award ceremony is something you definitely don't want to miss, as we will find out who will be the